Hi friends, this is Laura with Potpourri of Life. I hope you're having a great day. Today what I wanted to share with you is as we are cleaning up the yard, bringing things in or putting things in the greenhouse, all of these things, I wanted to share with you our outside water filtration system that we built. And it's inexpensive. We do have a Berkey in the house, which we had prior to this idea. So I'm going to show you how we use it, and then my husband is going to show how to clean the filters so that you can use them, because you don't have to just buy a new filter every single time. If you clean your filters, you can reuse them. So I'm going to start first by sharing with you how we empty it out. This is how it works, and I mean, this is pretty elementary, but so we just repurpose our milk jugs, and I don't know if you can see this, and we just bring it in and the water pours out, and there's a nice flow for this as well. We have to empty this out, so this is why I'm doing this now, and then we'll bring this water inside or give it to the chickens. And the reason that we decided to do this is because I think it cost us about $50, $60. I don't know what it would cost today. But basically what it is these are two very large stock bucks. And oops, I'm using both lids for this particular method. And as you can see, this filled up pretty good. I just didn't want to keep talking and then have the thing pour all over me. So that water will be brought in or put into the chicken's water. So what I'm going to show you is there are two lids and two stock pots. We have the spigot, and we have it's empty in here, so I can start taking this apart. So it's dirty on the outside because it's been outside. This is the very top, but that's why you want a cover on it to keep the debris or anything else out. And my husband's going to clean it out. It needs to be cleaned out every now and then, and you can see that the filters are in there and they get put in on the bottom. So I'm going to have my husband clean this, and I'll be with you on that, and then we'll put this all back together and we'll be right back with you. I'm going to show you him cleaning. He's actually going to be involved with this video this time. Okay folks, be right with you. Okay friends, what we're doing is we are going to be cleaning the filters. This is what David's doing now, is he's washing the filters. And David, could you explain how to clean it?
You just scrub it with a green scrubby. It's kind of hard because you want to clean it up good. You're not going to hurt these filters. If you have a different type filter that you put in, I don't know how you have to check the manufacturer to see if you can scrub them or not. But the Berkey ones say you can scrub them down with a green scrubby, and don't be easy about it. You gotta scrub it good because when I took them out, they were a little bit like kind of slimy, and so that's why the water wasn't going through the filter properly. I can put this on the other way. Hope I don't get the camera too wet. Where is it? Jet.
What he's doing is he's spraying right into the hole that drips through.
That's just going to force water out it. Oops, got the camera wet.
It's okay.
It works better with that rubber thing we had. But this one's all set.
Okay, I'll take that. So I can bring this a little closer. I can't see from this side how it is, but there's a hole on this part. What he was saying is you got to spray up through there to kind of take the clogging out. And what he did was he cleaned off the edge because these fill up with muck because of its filtering. So we got to clean that. And you should do this every 1 to 2 weeks. So he's taken off the other part.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's kind of a green slime. You can see it on my fingers. That's why the filter wasn't filtering properly. So we just take it in here, put it in the water, scrub her down.
But it gets green outside. Inside, the inside filter doesn't get green, but it can still build up muck.
Yeah, because this is the side that the water, the dirty water is on before it's filtered.
We tend to filter the water that comes in through the house once. But when we're using the water from out here, we might use it around the yard, but we'll filter it a second time just to make sure none of this green guck is on there.
Yeah, that's all scrubbed up. I think it's all right. I don't see any more slime in it. It feels better.
Spray towards this way if you want to.
Spraying in there doesn't do a whole lot. It forces it a little bit out.
Okay, is that
If
one
you had
done?
a sink, it would be easier to. This one's all done for the moment. Just don't want to lose that. Where's the rubber? So that's what seals between it. Yeah, just so it opens up. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is the other cover. I took the handle off it. And I drilled some holes in it for those pieces to go through, and I drilled the same holes in the bottom of the bucket. So they line right up, and that's what the filter goes through. And you just set that on the top of the other.
So what we do is we wash all the pieces the same time that we're washing the filter. So while David finishes cleaning up, and it looks like he's just about done, he's going to bring those pieces back in under the gazebo so we don't get blinded by the sun. One of the things he mentioned to me, I said that it was about 50 bucks. The stock pots cost me about $25 each. The filters can, depending on where you get them, I have gotten them off eBay for a lot less than I could get them from the Berkey site. But there are also other filters out there that you can use for this. There's some white dome shaped ones. They've got these tube type ones. You just have to kind of look at the reviews and decide what you're trying to filter out. We're trying to filter out all that stuff that's in the air and stuff, so that's what we do here. And then in the house we just filter it one more time just to make sure it's doing good. So what we're going to do next is David's finding his way around here. He's looking for the pieces. There's 2 trays here, David.
Oh, I didn't know both of them were there.
So what he's going to do is he's going to explain, I mean, yes, we've already done this. So this piece here, as he mentioned a little bit ago, he drilled 2 holes in this top that came with the stock pot. And then what he did was, hold on, honey, and he matched those holes up with this here. And what's going to happen is he's going to put these together with the 2 filters.
Hold the cup.
I get to help. So you just need to have a metal drill that matches what you need for the screw part of the filter. Am I not doing well?
It's not lining up. I think it's going to go the other way.
There we go.
That looks better.
When when you drill yourself, you have to make sure you drill the same way, because it can be off a little bit.
Oops. I forgot.
No oops. Oh, the rubber seal?
Yeah, it's in my hand. It's not coming out. It's because it's twisted.
You gotta make sure you put the rubber seal in first. My goodness. Alright, so we have this, first of all, there's this rubber seal that he forgot to put on first. You put it on to the filter on there, and then put it into your filter. I can do this while you get the other one ready.
No, I want to tighten this on so it doesn't flop and break the piece off.
Is the screw part going on the bottom? So you want to put it on tight enough so that that filter doesn't flop all over the place. Okay, one more. So as I was saying, so the cost is more than the $50 I mentioned in the first one. You got to get your stock pots, and then you have to purchase the spigot, which I think was about, you can get spigots on sale between $15 and $20, and then you have the actual filters, and those, I got my set for $50, but I think the prices are going up, so basically it's a little more than $100. But the Berkey filters are now running over $300 to $400 depending on what size you get, and I think there's some that are more expensive. So this saves quite a bit of money, and it allowed us to have a second filtration system, more so because we're collecting rainwater. And with the cost of everything going up, including our water bill has gone up, not because of usage, but because of the price, we decided that this would be a good way for us to reduce our water usage. I can't use it for the shower, but I can use it for our drinking water, for the chickens, and for cooking. So this is why we're doing it, to kind of save some money, but also it also allows us to feel better about the quality of water that we're drinking. All set? So this is the cover to this unit. Well, show them the, okay, so can you hold this for a minute, huh? So the bottom one, we put the filter in here. So it's right at, it even up at the bottom, the spigot. So that's there, and you want to put that in, make sure you put the pieces in with the, he knows how to do the verbiage better on this. But you get it so it's almost like at table height, but a little bit lower. So, and you would put this over the edge so that you can put your jugs, your glasses, or anything. And we were drinking out of this summer. So, all right, so I'm going to put this back. This will later go back into our home. Here, I'm going to change this. All right, so we have one pot here, the cover to that pot on the bottom of the other one. And we just line it up. And what we do next is we pour in the water. Can you do?
Want this one?
Yeah. So this is water from our rainwater barrel. We fill, it's about 4 inches from the top. He's going to get some more water later and just fill this up so that it's just about even with the filters. And then once that's done, we'll put the lid on, and just so you know, it doesn't filter really fast. So you have to let this sit for a couple of hours for the water to get through. And it will, you'll see that it's working because the filter will get really cold. And this summer, I've actually been very pleased with the quality of water that comes out here. But if it's getting close to where the filters need to be washed, I don't generally drink from it. But we just wash it up and get it all filtered. Now, part of the reason that green comes in is because we're getting rainwater. And so there's all kinds of stuff out there in our environment. So that's why we double filter, so that we use it in cooking and stuff. And it comes out really clean and it's enjoyable. So, David, I think that's probably more than enough, honey. That's it. And that's how we made our water filter. So just to kind of go over it again, 2 stock pots. You need a drill. What kind of drill did you use?
I used a stacked metal drill.
A stacked metal drill? Come over here.
It's a tapered drill, so you drill into the size that you need.
Okay, and you should know the size that you need based on
the filter you buy. You might just measure the straw part of it that comes out of the bottom.
And for those of you that would be like me, not knowing what size, usually your stuff will tell you the size, but you can also ask anybody in the hardware store. They're always more than willing to help you get the right drill. So, and these are things, the tools, the only thing we had to do was buy the drill bit. But we already have the drills, we already have a lot of that stuff. So to order these, I only had to buy them once, and I now have 2 filter systems so that we can continue to empty out our water barrels. This is about the time of this is the season where we end up with a lot in our water barrels because we're not watering the gardens like we were. So we want to filter it as fast as we can before winter, and I'm using other jugs like from his milk, from different things. I've got some heavy duty ones. I buy my aloe vera water, and they come in really nice jugs similar to that of vinegar. So we're repurposing those, and no, I don't put it in the vinegar bottle right after I empty it. I actually wash it out and then put it in the sun to get all that out, and then rinse it again. David wants to share.
This is the type drill I used
Put it up a little
to
bit
do
more.
that. See, it looks like a little Christmas tree upside down, but it's like, I don't know, 1/8 inch here, and then it graduates up to whatever size you need for putting in, and you just drill that far in.
Okay, he's not showing it up to the camera. He's not used to this. So, a Christmas tree, and then it has an opening on this side. Not an opening, but it's
a fluke.
It's a fluke. I do a lot of flukes. Anyways, so that's what it is, and you drill up to what point, honey?
Whatever size your thing is. This is all graduated, and it tells you what size each one of them is. And if you have, a 1/4 inch, you'd go up to the 1/4 inch one. If it was 3/8 of an inch, you'd go up to the 3/8 one. You drill that far into the steel.
And that way,
that's just how it works.
And that's how you get your the hole in there. So you'll be drilling into the top as well as
the bottom of your top stock pot.
Your top stock pot as well as the top of your second stock pot, and make sure they match up. And you notice that at first they weren't lining up. It's because this is man-made. It's not made by a computer or in manufacturing. So we just have to remember, twist it around so they line up. And that's, that's not the end of the world. We can work with that. So anything else that I missed?
No, it's back together and working.
It's back together and working. That's what he says. Well, folks, I hope that is helpful. If you're kind of like tight on resources and you're concerned about the quality of your water, this is one way you can do it. And yes, I know the initial expense is a little high. It's not as high as all those other filtration systems. Now, I do like my Berkey, but I liked having this as a backup, and that's a big bonus for us. So hopefully it was informative. I hope that you have a great day, and God bless.